national, and that is where they are.
All right. Well, on our show, like any show on this TV, time is a master. Let's take on the last but not least story. It is this one. A national budget is a yearly plan that estimates a government's revenue and spending. It becomes a matter for deep concern when a budget defense becomes rancorous. There was a charged atmosphere when senators and representatives raised dust when the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, made to defend the estimates of the police in the budget, for 2025. So a flustered police chief watched helplessly as the altercation lingered. Some lawmakers staged a walkout in the uproar. So we'll share the story with you by our own man, Tijesu Adeoye.
The lady, okay?
Well,
Tijesu is our correspondent there.
There are no women
in media.
Sorry. So I know
exactly.
Tijesu, please, we turn things over to you. Take us there.
Gentlemen of the...
You ask for the copy. Yeah. This is not a big deal. You ask for the copy.
It all started when the Inspector General of Police gave a breakdown of previous expenditure and the budget proposal for the 2025 fiscal year. He talked about his plans to use funds appropriated to achieve its intended purpose of improving policing in the country.
Approve the creation of a special operations account to enable the force to swiftly respond to unanticipated security emergencies and support ongoing operations. Increase appropriations for both overhead and capital expenditures to enhance the force's operational efficiency.
His presentation was suddenly interrupted by some members of the committee who claimed that the IG of Police presentation did not correspond with the documents before them.
What the IGP is reading is quite different from the documents we have. We are not against the presentation of the IGP, but I, as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, should have what the IGP is reading.
In an attempt to restore calm, the chairman of the committee promised to provide the right copies before the end of the meeting and suggested that the IG proceed with his presentation. However, this decision seemed to infuriate other lawmakers, and the situation quickly escalated, forcing the Senate's deputy whip to walk out of the meeting disappointed.
Mr. Chairman.
A member of the committee tried to appeal to his colleagues to ensure decorum while expressing their concerns.
Let's just calm ourselves. There are procedures that we've been following for over 23 years, and we cannot, in this sitting, begin to innovate. As members of the National Assembly, we must show decorum and patience.
The National Assembly, through its Joint Committee on Police Affairs, is making moves to remove the Nigerian police from the federal government's envelope budgeting system, which allocates fixed funding amounts. They believe this will address concerns over inadequate police funding. Tijesu Adeoye, TVC News, Abuja.
Many thanks, Tijesu. You heard it now.
I did. The question I wanted to ask was that really necessary?
What was not necessary?
What they did and the display wasn't necessary.
The budget defense.
The budget defense.
Because,
first and foremost.
Okay. I wanted to see whether I could just quickly, because we ran the report yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, but I think he has
yes.
a point.
What I'm saying is that as we're just talking, I just got a right of reply from this first PRO. Adejobi, where he's stating the force angle to what happened yesterday, which was why I said that it was not necessary. Yes, the senator in charge, the Senator Onyekachi Nwebonyi, has a right to what he said or what I did. He said that what the IGP was reading out, that he didn't have a copy.
Yeah.
So that it was necessary for them to give him a copy so that he can be able to follow what was going on. And for that, but other members of the committee say no, that it should say that later on it can be provided, and he got annoyed and walked away. But from what the IGP is saying, he said there are two. He said what happened yesterday was unnecessary. Because from their own information, what is given, he said there were two copies of the budget that were made available. And each member of the committee were given the copies before the sitting. That's from the IGP office. He said there's a comprehensive and an abridged version of that budget.
Exactly.
He now said that
as it concerns the police.
The budget. Yes. Now, what they now said that what the IGP read was the abridged version of the budget. And he was expecting that everybody, of course, already had the comprehensive one. It's just like maybe he has a copy of about over 300 pages. And he just felt that the main lines were distinct. And that is what we read. When that even the senator came in, I'm quoting the spokesperson of the police now, and that even the senator came in late. But what I'm just saying is that there's a way that this could have been resolved without necessarily getting into that. And the kind of things that, what even got me more annoying for me is the fact that his colleagues started booing him. And you ask yourself, we cannot parliament. Has he got into that? But I must thank the House of Rep member from Plateau State. I think his name is Gaji. Yes, Honorable Gaji. Yes, Yusuf Gaji. That guy from Plateau. He explained vividly the procedures and the rest of them, why, what happened, and I thought that is the kind of explanation should have been, instead of going into it wasn't necessary. Yeah. We have said it time and time again, there is no amount that you give the police. For me, that is enough for the Nigerian police. The Nigerian police is underfunded. That is not, and that's when I'm talking about military budget. What we're talking about, how much? Yes.
You know, that's the irony. They left the substance, or he left the substance. Because I don't want to indict all the members of the committee. He left the substance and started saying, as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as a chief whip, he must have a copy. Excuse me, that thing could have taken some minutes. Can we just quickly make photocopies for him, whether he came late or not? Rather than, let's face the real issue.
It can even be sent to his phone.
On soft copy. So, but this idea of, as a senator of the federal, and you became rowdy, and you knew cameras were all there. You know, after all, you know, the budget diversity went on. He made his presentation, he presented all the needed things that he needed to present, but that was totally unnecessary. That's my point, that I think he has tried to explain himself, but whatever he's saying is unnecessary, and I think he should do a playback and watch his emotion. Senators are even believed to be more, you know, dignified. They are distinguished senators. You know, that's the way we call them. And coming up with that kind of drama was totally uncalled for.
Or melodrama.
Yes, melodrama. As for me, I've said that the core issues for me should be addressed. That is the underfunding of the Nigerian police. It is a critical, it's an issue we've taken up on this hangar practically every time it comes up.
The senator himself should realize.
You know why?
The senator knows what we are talking about.
He does. What I'm saying is, citizens, we have forgotten that internal security of this country is for the police. It's not for the army. It's not for the army. It's not for the police.
Because we dropped the ball, the military took over.
You know what I'm saying. Because most of the jobs that the military are doing are supposed to be the work of the police. The work of the Constitution.
And the military, as we speak, they are in like 28 or 39 states.
The constitutional provision for the military is against external aggression.
Yeah, okay.
Citizen, your father was a former commissioner of police. You're a barrack boy. You know what you are now? Are you denying that fact?
No. You are not going to court. Go on.
So what I'm saying is that you even know this thing more than I do. This is over the years, our Nigerian police force have been underfunded, and we need to do something.
And the rot started during former President Muhammadu Buhari's first coming. Remember? The moment the military struck December 31st, 1983, they seized all APCs, armored personnel carriers, belonging to the. Don't forget, the first police to resign his office was Abubakar. I've forgotten his name. He resigned because
IGP. Is that an IGP?
IGP,
Okay.
Adamu Suleiman,
Okay.
that's his name.
Okay.
When he resigned, first IG under former late President Shagari. That was after him, Sunday Adewusi was appointed.
Yeah.
So he bought APCs. The idea was to equip the police force. So when the military came, they seized the... So the rot, I dare say, started from then, from that time. Okay. What we do is we give context to any story that gets thrown up here. So, but gentlemen, just before we go, may I inform that